This is 4 minutes for Knives Out. Ready?
This is obviously an accident. Quack, 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 quack.
This review is coming a little late since I saw this back in late January of last year, but now that some of the bigger reviews are out of the way, I have the chance to talk about this highly enjoyable film. Knives Out is a humorous whodunit by Rian Johnson. You may know Rian Johnson as the director and writer of The Last Jedi, and probably know a little something about the reception of that movie.
Saving what we love.
Now, I personally think The Last Jedi is okay, but as I said in my ranking Star Wars video, I feel that there's a conflict when you try to take such simple characters and story arcs and make them work inside of a deeper message. It's something Star Wars has never really done, and while it did lead to some really interesting character development that was totally undone by Rise of Skywalker, I do ultimately think that Star Wars wasn't the movie that Rian Johnson needed to make. This, however, definitely is. On the surface, this is a movie about the mysterious death of the successful patriarch of the Thrombey family, and the ensuing sleuthing and grabbing for his inheritance. It's about varying shades of rich entitled jackoffs blaming anyone but themselves while trying to grab for his money, as well as a sweet caretaker outside of the family who's caught in the middle. I won't spoil much more than that so that you can see the events play out for yourself. There's great acting all around, and my favorites were probably Daniel Craig and Chris Evans.
I suspect foul play. I have eliminated no suspects.
Although Ana de Armas did a great job as the caretaker Marta. All the characters serve a purpose, whether it's in furthering the plot or the message, or to just add varying layers of the humor that never really fell flat for me. The only character that I felt never really got established and then became super important by the end was the housekeeper Fran. But all in all, even characters who don't seem important in the beginning are given new value as they deepen the message, which I'll get to in a second. There's also tons of really good visual cues and payoffs throughout the movie. There was only one that I thought was going to lead to a really interesting reveal that actually went back to the less divergent, more expected answer. Either way, despite not going fully in the direction that I was hoping it would go, it's still fully enjoyable. A very fun movie, just an average murder mystery.
A twisted web. We are not finished untangling it, not yet.
As I said though, Rian Johnson likes to focus on subtext, and while at first a couple characters didn't really fit in, once a scene played out that basically laid out the message of the movie, it totally clicked with me. Spoiler warning, but a big turning point of the movie is when the family discovers that the entire inheritance has been left to the caretaker Marta. Any sympathy and kindness they showed for her goes out the window. They become outraged and demand this must be changed, that it's a mistake. They can't fathom that they aren't getting what they think they deserve. They can't understand that it was left to the only person who innocently, purely cared for Harlan, who worked to earn his trust and to earn the inheritance. And this is why the movie is actually about tension between racist nationalists and immigrants. People can't understand the concept that they're not entitled to everything just because they think they're true Americans while other people aren't. There's people that go out there and risk everything and try to make a life for themselves, working as hard as they can and often being exploited in the process. But then as soon as these people get the slightest amount of success and start to reap the benefits of their work, a bunch of angry assholes come in and says that it belongs to them because of where they were born.
Eat shit.
That's how you actually write a movie that is enjoyable while still having a good message. Like I said, if you're primarily coming to this movie for a murder mystery, there's twists that are satisfying, but also a lot of opportunities to outthink the movie that may ultimately leave you wanting a more complex payoff. All in all though, this is a very good movie and a great execution of a concept that I highly recommend. And at the very least, if you hated The Last Jedi, maybe you could watch this and see Rian's actual talent for the craft. I'd give this an 8 out of 10 and done.